flooding the whole road.
The UK and Ireland are being battered by Storm Bram, with 90 miles per hour winds forecast later on Tuesday. The storm has caused severe disruption to transport networks, with flights, ferries and trains cancelled in affected areas.
The level of the water well into key flooded in Drogheda. If you're travelling,
2 amber warnings for high winds have been issued. The first for the northwest of Scotland that comes into force from 4 p.m. on Tuesday and lasts until 3 a.m. on Wednesday, and could bring winds with speeds of up to 90 miles per hour. The second amber wind warning is for the north and west of Northern Ireland from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, which could bring winds of up to 80 miles per hour. The Met Office said flying debris in the 2 amber areas could result in a danger to life, while there could be power cuts and damage to buildings. Two separate amber weather warnings for rain, covering Devon and Cornwall and South Wales, have now finished, with up to 100 millimeters of rainfall in just 9 hours. As of Tuesday lunchtime, there were 38 flood warnings in place across England, meaning flooding is expected, with a further 164 flood alerts, meaning flooding is possible. According to the Environment Agency, in Wales, there were 15 flood warnings and 61 flood alerts, Natural Resources Wales said, and 26 flood warnings and 15 alerts in Scotland, said the Scottish Environment Protection Agency. Network Rail Scotland said some train services will be suspended later, including the Glenfinnan to Mallaig and the Dingwall Junction to Kyle of Lochels lines, while several Caledonian MacBrayne ferry services on Scotland's west coast have been cancelled. Dozens of flights to and from Belfast and Dublin were cancelled on Tuesday morning because of strong winds, and part of the N66 in Greater Manchester was shut southbound following flooding and a crash involving multiple vehicles. In Cornwall, the railway line between Parr and Newquay was closed due to flooding, with disruption expected until the end of the day, and Great Western Railway also closed the line between Swindon and Bristol Parkway. Transport for Wales said the line between Abercynon and Aberdare was shut due to severe flooding in various locations, with rail replacement coaches operating instead, while the River Ouse flooded into adjacent streets in York. The Severn Bridge along the M48 connecting England and Wales was closed for a time on Tuesday morning in both directions because of strong winds, before reopening, but has since closed again. Three yellow warnings for wind covering the whole of Scotland will last into Wednesday, the Met Office says. Despite the wet and windy weather, places in the southwest of England and Wales will see temperatures as high as 15°C on Tuesday. Met Office Chief Forecaster Dan Surrey said, Storm Bram will bring a very wet and windy spell of weather, with very strong winds and further heavy rain, which falling over saturated ground could cause flooding impacts. Within the amber wind warning over northwest Scotland, gusts of up to 90 miles per hour could be recorded. More widely, gusts of 50 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour, and perhaps 70 miles per hour in a few spots, are expected across Wales, southwest England, and Northern Ireland. Rain is an additional impact from Storm Bram, with the possibility of 100 millimeters over higher ground in the south of Wales and parts of Devon. Heavy rain progressing northwards first thing, with a drier interlude for many before further rain moves eastwards later in the day. Generally windy, with gales and exposure, very mild, although the warmth tempered by the wind. Maximum temperature 14°C. Cloud and rain clearing eastwards during the evening to leave a drier but windy night, with isolated sharp showers. Mostly mild. Minimum temperature 8°C. Bright but breezy on Wednesday, with sunny spells expected widely. A few further sharp showers will move through, these more likely in the south and west. Temperatures trending downwards to nearer normal. Maximum temperature 13°C. Changeable through this period, with Thursday probably driest after early fog and low cloud. Some rain likely Friday, then more generally wet and windy on Saturday. Temperatures above average overall. Storm Bram brings a mainly cloudy start with outbreaks of heavy rain through the morning, especially over Dartmoor. Rain eventually eases, bringing brighter skies through the afternoon. Gales easing but staying windy around the coasts. Exceptionally mild for December. Maximum temperature 15°C. Skies continue to clear and any rain will ease, leaving a dry night at first. Showers move into the west later, which will be heavy at times. Winds remain blustery. Minimum temperature 10°C. A much brighter day on Wednesday with sunny spells across the region. Some isolated showers for the west, but easing as they track eastwards. Winds easing through the day. Cooler than Tuesday. Maximum temperature 12°C.